You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
Yeah, the face card is the most important thing in this shit. If I can recognize you and I know where I know you from, y'all seen this nigga somewhere. Oh, he one of them DMV niggas. He be with Sheed. Oh, he be with drugs. He be with da-da-da-da. That's the most important shit in this. Because once they recognize you, that's the most important shit in this, man. If niggas know your face, that's all that matters, bro. Because now all you got to do is just be good.
What if you're not?
Just don't be ass. Just don't be ass. If you ass and I know you from somewhere, now twerk man, ass. Twerk man, he's some ass. Cheating the man is trash.
Hey, look.
He sounds just like she.
Nah, they gonna do that regardless, motherfuckers.
But no, that's
y'all sound
okay.
like she,
That's
twerk,
okay
ace.
though. That's okay. Yo, a nigga told me I sound like, I seen it. They was like, yo, this nigga sound like O-Ray. This nigga sound like K-Shine. This nigga sound like Twerk. Sound like Rum Nitty. If I sound like all of them niggas, that's the best nigga ever. That's the best nigga ever. Think about that though. Imagine with all of their qualities. You can't even figure.
It's literally, I ain't gonna lie, that shit's so stupid to me because, let's say, shout out to Surf, it's just like basketball. Like, these niggas, you grow up watching certain niggas. Like, you gonna emulate, Jason Tatum emulate certain shit that Kobe do. It's other niggas in it. Like,
Nigga, you, but it's.
Kobe
but
stole Mike's whole game.
If you sound like, if you know what's crazy, the hardest part about this shit, if you sound like somebody, is because you're that good. You can't sound like somebody and not be good. If you sound like somebody and you trash, it's because you're reminding me of something I already like. Like, niggas be like, yo, Kobe took his whole game from Mike. You can't just emulate Mike.
Okay, I see what you're
And then
saying.
be successful.
And be
Okay.
successful.
You talking about being successful with the shit.
You can't just, I can't just
If
come
it
down
was
the
that
court.
easy, we'd have had five different mics.
You can't just come
If it
down
was
the
that
court.
fucking easy.
You can't just come down the court and say Jordan from the free throw line.
Literally.
You can't just do that.
Fans gotta stop doing that, man.
You can't do that,
We
bro.
watch
You
these
can't.
niggas growing up, man.
You
I ain't
can't.
saying niggas is purposely trying to, but
Influence is a real thing.
Influence is a
Right.
real thing.
You see it with comedy, you see it with sports.
Everything. It's every aspect. Sports, comedy,
Bro,
like
you
you said.
can't, but
The entertainment, even just the regular industry. You got rappers right now who sound like some rappers that was, you know what I'm saying, in the early 2000s.
But even though, like, you listen to niggas
Inspiration.
like Youngboy, NBA Youngboy, I hear some of his songs and I be like,
when I first
oh,
heard
that's
him, I thought
Juvie.
when I first
I hear some of his songs, I be like, he
sound
love
like
a hot boy.
It sound like Boosie too. When I first
But that's
heard
what I'm saying,
I'm like,
though.
it's influenced.
Like, certain songs you can't, but even if you sound like something, it gotta be good.
Yeah, it still gotta be good.
If you
At the
say,
end of the day.
like, niggas that say shit like, oh, Elijah Straight sound like Nitty. You can't just sound like Nitty.
Right.
You gotta be good enough to even sound like him.
Right, to get a
He the
comparison.
best punch, he the best punch. If you get that comparison,
Right.
you're already off to a great start. You know
Right.
what I'm
And then
saying?
it's like, and like with that nigga don't use gun bars.
Right.
All right, the styles are similar, but I'm not gonna lie, it's 22,000 battles I think out here. You're not about to have 22,000 different original styles.
Right.
You're not about to have that. You're not about to have that. That's
Right.
impossible. I ain't saying it's cool like when niggas be emulating, cause sometimes you get a nigga, he could be trash and he start emulating or doing what another nigga do. That should be ass. I ain't gonna lie, it be cringy. Like you don't never do no shit like that. You don't move like that. That shit be deadly, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit ass. At the end of the day, we the niggas that y'all gonna have to watch when these niggas retire, so y'all better get used to it.
It's lit,
Y'all got
man.
no choice. About 3-4 years, listen, man, y'all got no choice. Y'all got no damn choice.
And how Uncle Rock?
Rockin' them ain't gonna be doing this shit forever, man.
Right,
Ain't gonna
right.
be doing this shit forever.
Right, eventually you have to usher in your new stars.
Yeah, you got
That's
to.
a fact.
You got to. So
a fact.
just accept us. All right, just accept us.
Uh-oh.
Man. What you about to say about Uncle Rod though?
No, I was
Fuck
great.
Uncle Rod. No.
Damn. I forgot what I was getting ready to say. That's why I was like, well, yeah, shout out to Rod. He is. They want to get something to eat. It's lit,
I
man.
mean, he always late, man. Shout out Uncle Rod, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Anwar too, man. Anwar the GOAT, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, man.
Go, man.
I got to back up because this nigga going to continue to rap his round.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!